His name was Thomas Brigg, an old man, a gravedigger, and a drunk. The cemetery was his kingdom, the only patch of earth that still made sense to him. The dead didn't judge, didn't talk back, didn't ask questions. He dug for the living, but stayed for the quiet. Imagine if the people we buried weren't resting at all. Imagine if the earth was only keeping them still, for now. This afternoon, Thomas was laying to rest a grandfather next to his late wife. The family had gone home. The sun was slipping low, and Thomas was all that remained.
Well, mister, welcome to your new home. You got your lady next to you. Not a bad deal, I'd say.
He unscrews his whiskey flask and takes a drink.
Maybe I'll be joining the both of you. Sooner than I like.
He takes another drink, longer this time, and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand.
Lonely work it is, digging holes. Sometimes I think the next one should be mine.
This time he tips his flask, pouring whiskey over the fresh mound of dirt.
Here's to peace, stranger. May you last longer than mine.
By nightfall, Thomas had fallen asleep in his chair, snoring softly. An old romance novel lay open across his lap, its pages curled at the corners. On the table beside him sat a half-empty bottle of whiskey, and next to it, a cigar pipe still faintly glowing with dying embers. Thomas was used to people not being around. No neighbors, no traffic, just the quiet whisper of trees and the graves outside. Hours later, whiskey and age stirred him awake. His bladder, same as every night, did the rest. He went behind the cabin, yawning and muttering to himself, half asleep.
Damn plumbing. One day, I'll get you fixed. Right after I fix myself.
When he finishes, he starts back toward the cabin, then stops. He sees movement just beyond the fence line. A figure kneeling, right beside the grave he had filled that afternoon.
Hey, cemetery's closed. You can come back at 7 if you wanna. You can pay your respects properly at the time, alright?
The figure doesn't move. The person just sits there, fumbling with whatever they have in hand, ignoring Thomas.
I'm really not in the mood for this shit. Look, I get it. Grief ain't got no schedule though, alright? But
Thomas cautiously steps to the side to try and get a better angle at what this person was doing. He squints his eyes, narrowing his vision for a better look. Then he saw it. A limp arm dangling from the man's mouth. Fingers chewed, skin torn. The man stood, slow, creaking, until he towered about 10 feet tall. His clothes looked shredded, caked in mud. His hair hung in clumps, tangled like roots, and his skin looked wrong, completely wrong, bloated and gray.
Dear God.
The creature's head turns halfway, one milky eye glancing over his shoulder.
Warm. So warm. Been waiting a long time for one that still breathes. Such tender veins, soft skin. I can smell your fear, old man. It sweetens the meat.
Thomas ran like hell, slammed the door, locked it, dragged the dresser across the floor and barred it. And then he grabbed his shovel, the only weapon he owned.
All right, Tommy boy. Calm down. That ain't real. You've been drinking. Seeing things again. It's just shadows and whiskey. Nothing else.
He quickly turned off every light, and with no phone, no radio, and no way to call for help, he was just an old man locked in a cabin, and with nothing but the dead to accompany him.
Whiskey, smoke, old skin, smells tired.
Listen, I don't want no trouble. All right, there's nothing here worth taking. Just me.
Just you. Just you. Why? That's what I came for, old man. Just you.
You ain't real. You can't be.
Then open the door, old man, and see for yourself. You're sweating through the wood. I can smell it. Fear. Smells of salt.
Hearing tapping on the window, Thomas moves away from the door and cautiously creeps towards it. And there it was, the creature, standing right outside of his window, staring straight at him and peering through the slit in the curtain. How did it move from the door into his window so quickly and quietly without him noticing? Just seconds ago, it was there, right outside his door.
What are you?
Hungry. So hungry.
Go away. Please.
Go away. I can do that. But first, you have to let me in. I'll make it quick. I promise.
The creature didn't shout, didn't snarl. It just waited patiently for his meal to invite him in. And then something changed. A sound, distant, low, almost like a bell carried by the wind. The creature tilted its head as if listening. Then it stepped back, and another step, and it gave Thomas one last look before it vanished into the trees. Short of breath, Thomas slides down against the wall, clutching the shovel to his chest. Too afraid to move now, and too sober to sleep. Thomas just sat there, in the dark, all throughout the night, clutching his shovel and waiting for sunrise. When morning came, the creature was gone. The grave it had knelt beside was left in disarray. The coffin was torn apart. The body, half eaten, half gone. Authorities blamed animals. Said Thomas was drunk, delirious, possibly seeing things.
Drunk, huh? That's what you all write down. Listen, I'm not crazy. And if I am, then you tell me, officer, what kind of man or animal tears a body out of a coffin and nearly eats it whole? That weren't no animal. It sure as hell wasn't a man. And I'm not crazy.
The dead is often buried, not only to give us peace, but to bring them peace as well. But not every grave stays closed. Imagine if the dead could rise, not to haunt us, but to feed. Imagine if the soil you trust to cradle your loved ones only keeps them warm until something else comes to claim them. What does a soul become when heaven forgets its name? Do you believe the dead envy the living? Tell me, what would you do if death came knocking, politely and smiling? Would you let it in if it promised you peace and solace? But instead of peace, you were rewarded with pain and suffering. Imagine that.